Hey everybody, it's Alicia with the Urban Key. I have another special guest joining me today. I have certified personal trainer John Clark, who is actually my trainer. So I just wanted to introduce you guys to him. Say hello. Hey John.
How's it going, everybody?
So thank you so much for coming on. I want to give everybody a little story. So you called me. We have a relationship, outside of this. We know each other.
Mm-hmm.
You called me at the right time. I was about to embark on one of these fads, like a
Mm-hmm.
trend, a tea. I
Right.
won't say what the name of it is, but people who are in the fitness probably, or people like me, not fitness like you, but fitness like me, who are looking for like a shortcut, easy way to kind of get rid of some pounds. And you called me, and I realized that I wanted to get serious about losing weight the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to bring people on because I know that we're all home because of this coronavirus. We're all
Yep.
sitting home eating chips and snacking on everything. So I really wanted to bring you on to give some insight to what we can do to really just maintain. What are some healthy things that we could do, easy things that we can do? Now, I also wanted to share what you're working on with me. So, John last week had me to do for the first time Pilates, and it was hard as heck. I'm so out of shape. I hadn't worked out. Honestly, you guys, I had not worked out probably in a year, if I'm being honest. And like I've walked around the neighborhoods to try to get my mental balance and all of that, but I'm out of shape. That
Right.
so that workout, we worked out Saturday. That it took me until Tuesday to recover. And
Right.
I feel like I was not, discombobulated. So
Mhm.
hey, what can we do?
Where were you sore at?
My abs. Well, first of
Core.
all,
Say
everywhere.
core. So
Okay.
that's one of the best things about Pilates is that it does focus on the core. So most of us that have been trying to work on our core and we just don't feel like what you just described,
Right.
they're usually enthusiastic when they get their core sore because they actually did it right. So
Oh,
it's a good compliment that I actually trained you properly so
okay.
that your core is the first thing that's getting sore and then everything works outwards. Like once your core gets activated, now you can work your shoulders and your arms and your legs and your limbs. You
Yeah.
start from inside out. Most people start from the outside in. They start working on their biceps before they work on their core. So
Okay.
your fundamentals is to work on the core so you can get your heart, your lungs, your breathing, your abdominals, your back, everything working together because we're so back dominant and we never use our stomach. So that's why our stomach sticks out and our butt sticks out because we have bad posture because we always dominate our back, sticking our butts out and using it for everything. And as
Okay.
soon as we lift something heavy, we overwork our back because we just used it all day. So
We're
when you use
tired.
your core and your stomach together, it's not being worked all day. So if you lift up a heavy box, it's the first time it's being exercised, not holding up all day. And then when you pick up the box, it can't take it anymore. So
Yeah.
that's why we do core exercises to get your breathing, your posture, your alignment, making sure you're aware of how you stand so you can correct that. And every time you do something like lift the baby, lift boxes, move something,
Yeah.
you don't feel so overworked like I wrenched my back because I did that. It's you doing it with your core. So
So
it makes you a little person like you be able to lift heavy and not feel like you need a weight belt or overwork your back at the same time.
okay, that's huge because I do have back problems, and it's
Mhm.
because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
But let me ask you. So you started me with Pilates. Why
hmm
Pilates and not like a full body workout? Because I know you do
Because
those too.
because the things that I want you to get sore is an appreciation to what you were sore in. So if I made your leg sore, your butt sore, and your arm sore, you would never saw me again. You would have been okay. I hate this. I don't want to do this again. These are the things that people don't like about training. But if
Yeah.
I actually hit your core and that's the only thing you can complain about, you'll still keep coming.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So Another thing that I wanted to touch on is the diet. So I am
Mhm.
a huge foodie. We live in Chicago. We have
Mhm.
all these amazing restaurants, and I make it a goal to try to visit, small businesses. I really do. And so I just don't know. I know it's twofold. You have to exercise and it's your diet. So
Mhm.
a person that's like me that wants to just sample everything, what can I cook? I don't know what to eat. So
All
what can
right.
I do?
Are you talking about cooking for every day or cooking for what situation?
Cooking for every day, just breakfast, lunch, dinner. If I decide to eat.
Right. So the first thing I do is evaluate who I'm talking about. So if I'm talking to a busy person, where at 6 o'clock in the morning you slamming your clothes on and you take your coffee and you jump in the car and you got to get to work, that person is going to probably miss breakfast and all they're going to do is drink coffee and probably a donut or something to
Okay,
keep going. And then they'll eat lunch at 12. And it probably is going to be pretty good, but they started off the day pretty bad. So
right.
the first thing I try to get people to do is find out what their schedule is like. If you do have a normal schedule where you wake up, you wash up, and you can sit down and eat, then I do recommend eating a small breakfast before you go. If you're rushing out, I recommend a meal replacement shake. So a meal replacement shake consists of fruit, your protein powder, and some sort of liquid, which is, it depends on if it's fruity, you do tart berry juice. If it's milky, you do almond milk. So it depends on what kind of shake you make. You can find out what formula you want to make it. So you can drink that shake while you're in the car. So you're getting your nutrition. And then when you get to work, you get to zoom right into what you're doing. And usually you back that up with a snack around 10 o'clock of some kind, raisins and nuts, yogurt and fruit, and until you get to lunch. So
Now, let me
if you have that stuff at your desk, you really don't have to go to the vending machine. You don't have to worry about borrowing somebody's candy that's sitting on their desk.
Okay.
If you have your food available, you're always going to be snacking on your food so that you're always speeding up your metabolism by eating often, and you prepared your food that you know is healthy, and you don't crave anything bad. So if you got Halloween candy sitting next to you, you're not really dipping into it because you're always eating something healthy and avoiding the temptation if you're really trying to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, do you have to be in a state of workout to drink the protein shake?
No. So if you were injured and you
Okay.
couldn't work out, like say you broke your leg, you're in a straight leg cast, and you really couldn't work out, then I would highly recommend meal replacement shakes over food because you're sitting a lot more than you did before. Say you came from a workout regimen, you were really working out, you were on schedule, you're eating right, but your leg just messed up and you can't do nothing right now.
Right.
And the doctor's telling you nothing, don't do anything. So that's where your meal replacement shakes and your small meals will come in.
Okay.
One, because it's really convenient to do and it doesn't take time to cook. And two, at that state, a lot of times if you don't have a wife or a mom or somebody cooking for you, you're really not going to cook it. If you're a single bachelor,
Well, I don't have a wife and my mom's not here. So I guess I'm just forever lost. I don't know.
so you can also do prepared meals too. So you
Okay.
ever heard of lean cuisines?
Yes.
Well, lean cuisines is the high-end version of like a TV dinner, a modern day TV dinner. It is very scrumptious, but they carry a lot of sodium and things that make it taste really good. So
Okay.
they have lower versions of that. Like in Walmart, they have the meal values, which is like the jewel or generic version of those.
Yeah.
And you can buy those. You can buy those in box form and microwave those, and those are complete meals. So
Okay.
whatever you like, if you like breakfast food, if you like Salisbury steak, potatoes, and vegetables, they have a variety of different things that you can pop in and microwave and eat it just like a prepared meal. It looks like food prepping. You know what food prepping is?
Yeah. I've tried
Yeah.
to do it. I could tell you stories about trying to get, it going, and then something always happens. I'm like that person. As soon as you try to get something going, so I'll tell you a quick story. I thought I found somebody to do the meal prep, and then he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get his thing together. And I'm like, look, I'm trying to get serious, and
Right.
you have your business together. So I
Yeah.
was like, I like was over the whole
Right.
thing. I'm like, I'm not meal prepping. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
exercising. I'm just off it. I was,
Right. Right.
flustered.
So the old school way to do it is to prepare your food on Saturdays and Sundays, and you can put your leftovers in meal prep meals where it's sectioned out in portion size, and you put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And generally what you do is the night before you take it out of the freezer and put it in the refrigerator. And when you get up in the morning, you just snatch and go and put it in your lunch pail with ice in it. And you can have your lunch available for you at lunchtime.
Now,
The second
go ahead.
The second way to do that, if you don't like to cook, really don't like to cook, is do the prepared meals that you get at your neighborhood store. So it could be Walmart, it could be Mariano's, could be Jewel's. All of them have in that glass refrigerated aisle. They have the breakfast foods prepared, and they're about $2 a box. And you just got to make sure you pick the box carefully. Look at the sodium content, look at the sugar, look at what's in it. So it doesn't look like it's, you're getting the stuff that we wouldn't want you to have, like sodium, very high in sodium. The lean cuisines are the best tasting because it has sugar and sodium in it.
Okay.
So you want to kind of stay away from those.
Okay.
Yeah. Your shakes or meal replacements are in between those meals. So if you bring 2 or 3 shakes with you in between those meals, now you got prepared meal that you can microwave. It's not the best way to do it, but it's definitely better than
a good start.
Going without food and then going to Chili's or someplace to eat when you where you know you're gonna get in some trouble eating.
Yeah.
And then you want to kind of work on doing at least 1 or 2 meals a week. You got to try to work on that because it's ultimately your food that you made, how you want it, how you season it,
Let me ask you, and someone asked the question, how many meals should we be eating a day anyway? If we should be,
Yeah, 5 to 6 meals. 5 to 6 meals, and those meal replacements are part of those meals. Okay. So it's not really a snack. So people kind of need to forget that word snack because snack means Fritos and chips and things like that.
Well,
so snack to me means that it's more convenient than cooked food. So a shake, a bar is a snack, but it just means that you don't have to prepare it. You just get it and go.
Well, where do you have room for 5 meals? So I'm breakfast lunch. So if you're looking for those, traditional 5 meals, where do you fit it in?
Well, if you're up at 6 in the morning and don't go to bed till 11 and 12, you got plenty of time to eat. Well, do you go to bed at 6 o'clock?
I go to bed at 8:30.
And you should be fine. So if you do get up at 6, that could be your shake, or it could be a prepared meal. Got it? 10 o'clock could be another snack if it's in the middle of work and you really can't stop. Lunchtime is a traditional lunch. You can sit down and eat your microwave food that you prepared, pop it in the microwave, you sit for an hour, and then you start your work. 2:30, 3 o'clock is the middle of the day. That's another meal replacement shake. And it's real easy. And you can actually do that at your desk and not drink it all at once. You can drink it as you need it, just to keep your metabolism going. If you were going straight from the job to the gym at that point, you would probably do a half of a shake before you stepped into the gym, and another half to finish the other half as soon as you leave the gym.
Yeah.
So that would be 4 meals right there before you even ate dinner. Now, after you work out, you should be a little bit ravenous from working out. And that's when your dinner comes in. So your dinner is about an hour away. If you have it already made and you're coming in eating or you're microwaving it, you should be hungry enough to knock it out. And you should not want snacks if you stay up to 12 after that.
Okay.
Now, each one of those meals is accompanied by a glass of water too. So 12-ounce glasses of water should accompany all your meals.
How many did you say?
A 12-ounce glass of water should accompany every meal that you put in your mouth.
I'm just letting that sink in because I definitely don't do that. I think I probably drink I'm telling you everything. I probably drink 3 bottles of water, and that's really straight.
What's the ounces of those bottles?
Are they 12-ounce bottles?
Some of them are. Some are 24.
I think they're 12.
Okay, so you're supposed to have 96 ounces of water a day. So that's 3 liters from the start in the morning to the finish at night.
Oh my goodness.
So just imagine when you go to a restaurant, think about a regular restaurant you go to, there's always a glass of water there. Probably the only time that you actually sit down and drink your drink, whether it's orange juice, pop, or milk, and water at the same time. So at those places, you fill that glass with water and ice, and you still drink your other drink, your wine. your pop, your milk, or whatever it is.
Yep.
So at dinner time, when you're sitting down talking and relaxing and spreading that whole hour out to eat the food and bite little morsels, chew it up, digest it, and eat some more, you're able to drink that water and the wine, you know, in the same dinner, and not feel like the water's going to take up so much space that I don't want to miss this food that I paid for.
So what it sounds like is that we basically have to retrain our minds in every aspect. So it's something that, you know, even with the food, you know, I don't eat that many times a day, but because it's something that I should do, I have to train my mind to just do it anyway.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
whether you're hungry or not. Now, the problem is if you don't work out, it's hard to want to eat because you're not hungry. So you got to do some kind of physical training, from cardio to weight training. Whatever it is you do, that's the only way you're going to ramp up your system to make yourself hungry. So if you're still doing the same chores, meaning your daily routine of work, you're probably not going to be that hungry. So you can get away with eating 2 meals a day a lot of the times. And sometimes people appreciate that because that's the lowest amount of food that they ever eat, because any other time they're gorging food all day. So if they go to 2 times a day because they're really busy at work and the only time they had a chance to eat was that shake in the morning and that 2:30 meal, because their job is so demanding, but they feel, wait, I only had 2 meals today. That was awesome. That means I'm not going to get a big belly. I'm not going to get fat.
It's a lot.
But then when you get really hungry and your husband says, let's go to the rib shack or something, you go get the 20-piece meal and you eat it all. You just blanked out on me. Alicia. Wow. I didn't do anything. I was just talking. Right in the middle of it is what? Okay. Doing pretty good. How's it sound, Jerry? Yeah. Oh, wow. It's only 17 minutes into it. We're almost to 20 minutes. That's what she wanted to do. Wow, this is not a good way to finish.
Hey, John.
Hey, how you
Sorry
doing?
about that. Good, good. Thanks for holding on, and everyone that's watching, I apologize. We lost contact, but so we were really starting to get into our conversation, but I just remembered something that I wanted to touch on. What are your thoughts on intermittent fasting? So we've talked about, now the meal supplements and things like that. But what do you think about those people who choose not to eat? Not that they have a busy schedule, but they're just choosing to not eat for 12 hours, and then, later on in the day, they
Right.
eat, and they're able to actually to lose a lot of weight. But how sustainable is that?
Well, it's the only people that really appreciate that diet and is glad to hear that it's the diet that like that exists is people that eat too much. So if you're eating too much and you just can't stop eating and you found this intermittent dieting, that's a perfect diet for you to stop eating. But the
Okay.
problem is that it teaches you how not to eat. And when you don't eat, you lose muscle. So it's a good thing not to overeat and have a good excuse, but you lose weight and everybody tells you you're looking good because you lost the weight, but you probably lost more muscle weight than you did fat. Because if you took your clothes off, you would still see the fat,
Okay.
even though you lost a lot of weight.
So it's
When you
not
do it,
good.
it's not best because it doesn't teach you good habits. It's great if you're in an emergency situation and you're overweight and the doctor's telling you, or your trainer or somebody's telling you, you really do need to lose the weight. It's a fast way to do it without, I mean, it's economically better because you're not spending a lot of money on food. Because if you're drinking and eating a lot of money, then that also helps too. You're proud of it. You're not
Yeah.
spending a lot of money. You're losing weight. Your clothes sizes are changing, but all you're waiting for is that big party that happened, and you're going to get it all back because that's what's going to
Okay.
happen. And
I'm
so,
just
right?
getting out all of the questions because these are thoughts that I've had. So I am guilty of not wanting to do the work, and I am not alone in that because
Mm-hmm.
I want to focus on all these other, things that I'm working on. And sometimes I've found it hard to just really commit to doing the work. It's work. It's
Yeah,
another job. And so
yeah,
I feel like I've turned a corner with it, but I just still have all these questions. I just want a professional's opinion.
yeah,
Do these things work? So,
yeah. It
okay.
it it, it does work because you do lose the weight, but the side effect is that you learn bad eating habits and you losing muscle. So if you losing muscle, that and when you finally do meet a trainer is going to work you out hard. If you lost muscle and your body is actually heavier than you're supposed to be, and that muscle is not up to speed to carry that weight, then your body's going to really be torn up as a result of that. Now, if I got you at your full weight that you were at before, your muscle is maintaining that weight. So I can easily trim you down because you're not going to have that extra sore body because it can't handle the weight that you have on your body because you shrunk that muscle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm going to be open. I'm going to be more open with everybody. So
mhm.
we didn't talk about this Saturday. We briefly talked about it, but I asked you a question. I said, "How long will it take for me to lose weight by the summer?" And you told me, "Well, it depends on what level you're at." And
Mhm.
the levels. You told me bodybuilder or wedding. Or
Mhm.
and then the other one was like me. Like,
Right. Right.
and
So
so what's the real answer? Because I'm serious. I'm not bodybuilding, and there's
mhm.
no wedding, but I do want to have a nice summer. Like, it's 2020, even though it sucks right now,
Mhm.
but I still want to feel good about like a new year, new transition. So how long is it gonna take?
Well, I said if you put one solid month into training, you would see some results. Now, the difference is when you get to summertime and you really get to wearing some shorts and really summery clothes,
Right.
will you appreciate how you look in those real short shorts and those tight fitting clothes? And that's what you're looking for is to get in a place where you're not feeling bulges and your clothes is too tight for your body because you have kind of
Yeah.
gotten too big for it. So the question is, if you really dedicate yourself, you could be ready for those same summer clothes you had last year. If you're still holding on to the wine or
Let's be
things
honest.
like that, you're not gonna make it. So realistically, I would say December.
December. Oh wow, a whole.
If
Okay.
you're hitting and missing on the food and
Okay.
exercise, and your life is too busy, and then you start back
That's
again,
fair.
it's going to take about to December when you finally realize that this is fun. I got it in my routine, and I'm okay. So I'm looking forward to springtime next year. But if
Okay.
you're looking for immediate results for this summer, like a wedding or like a bodybuilding contest, then you really got to get strict. You really got to get strict.
So
Or
how
vacation.
many days? How many days a week is that?
That's 4 or 5 days a week. 4 or
Okay.
5 days a week. So say 3 days with a trainer
Okay.
and 3 days by yourself doing cardio. That's to maximize the fastest results. Now, if you couldn't afford 3 days and you only could do one,
Yep.
then the trainer is going to give you one good workout. He's going to give you a week of exercise to do for next Monday, if that's the day. And then he's going to evaluate you where you are and give you another set of workouts to do. But that means you're relying on you to do everything without no help, no motivation, no appointment to see the trainer. That's all on you.
Wow.
So I've seen people get results like that if they're really super dedicated. Usually my guys are really dedicated. They have a whole working hours of exercising. I'm just giving them a few keys to get them over the hump so I can see them once a week and they can train themselves the rest of the week. Now, my women, they really need to work out 3 times a week because they need the excuse of an appointment to see their trainer and make sure they're getting results. Otherwise, they would not do the extra credit on their own. They not do the cardio. They would not do.
You're telling on everybody. Don't you throw us under the bus like that. I got to stand up for us ladies.
When we're talking about the people that don't do anything, because the other set of women do go to those aerobic classes. They do go to spinning. They do go to yoga. They go to classes without a trainer and not spending extra money.
Okay.
But if you're starting from scratch, even those classes are going to kick your butt. Yep. You can't really go into a class without standing in the back of that room and feeling like you're so uncoordinated. This is so over my head. I'm never coming back to this class again. So the women that do go to that class will see some results, but it's still limited to that class. But if you're just coming in off the street, trying to get yourself together, some salesman twisted your arm to buy this membership and you're going to dedicate the next year to doing it. Now you got a trainer and you asked that question about having a realistic expectation. Well, a realistic expectation depends on your goal. So if you got a wedding, a vacation, or a bodybuilding tournament, that's some serious goals. You're going to get it. If you don't have anything like that, it's going to take you to December.
That's honest. So I have to just sit in that for a little bit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get into, so, with the situation that we're all in, we're home. I know that you have been training. You trained me last week virtually. So how about, what you're doing with your clients and how some of the viewers watching this now and a little bit later can be in touch with you? Like, what types of packages are you putting together?
Well, let me give a little bit of history. I work at Lifetime Fitness, and of course I'm off. And so is a lot of trainers in Chicago. I had a 12-hour schedule all day. I did Pilates, boot camp training, one-on-one training. And what I did was most of those clients live in so far away in Burr Ridge. I live in Chicago, and they couldn't get to me, and I can't get to them. So I decided to do it virtually. But the best way to do it is start with the boot camp or the group class.
Okay.
Because it's cheaper for everybody. Yeah. It's real economical, especially when people are not working, especially when they don't have an income coming in. They can pay $10 a workout to get in a group. And it's still getting the same benefit as if I was doing a group class and I was standing right next to them yelling because I could see them on the screen. So so people are training in their bedrooms, their living rooms, their family rooms, their basements, and all they need is minimal equipment, meaning a mat, rubber bands, or a small lightweights, and a towel and water. That's all you really need.
I would imagine you feel, more comfortable because you're at home. You're not, you don't have the distraction of, real life, other people, those insecurities that you might have. So I think it's great.
So you don't have any anxiety of rushing to the gym because you just got off work and you paid for this session. You're trying to get there on time. You don't have to dress in the locker room. You have to come upstairs. You don't have to park and drive through traffic. You know, pretty much when I get through with you, you can flop into your bed and chill. You know, it
Well,
just
I want them to take showers. I don't want anyone to flap in the bed after you just I'm just saying, John.
yeah.
But I think that is gonna be something that a lot of trainers probably are like really excited about. You know,
Yeah.
while doing, you know, during this time, you do have the flexibility to train people, you know,
Yeah.
from your home because we're all
Yeah.
stuck at home,
Yeah.
and it's easier for your home balance as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We're all staying safe
yeah,
while we're still trying to get to our goal of training. If you were training, you want to maintain what you have. You don't want it to go all the way out the window. If you, what's cool about it is clients that left Chicago, moved to Arizona, someplace else. I contacted them, and they're all training with me now, all
really?
in different states. So
Okay.
you get to be with your trainer who's in another state online, get the same training you got when you were here, as well as all the people that are here still getting the same kind of training. And you can actually add a family member into the workout in the same room that you're at.
Yeah.
So if you start training and your husband jumps in with you, he can jump in too. So he couldn't do that at the gym because he would have to buy a membership and
It's
do
his
all that other stuff. Yeah. So this is great during the time of Corona, you know, that you know, we feel that we can't see anybody, we can't breathe on anybody, can't, you know,
yeah.
you're in your own environment, you're clean, you know, you don't
Yeah.
have to wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask.
No, I
When
mean that's a big thing, and I think once this is over, we will all look at, you know, the way that we are interacting, especially at the gym. You know, when you go to the gym, I'm spraying down the equipment. You know, when
yeah,
I go, so
yeah,
just imagine like people who just don't, like they just don't.
right.
And so I'm
Well,
just like,
well,
this is
when I was training, we used to make fun of the lady that went over to the dispenser to get the towels, come over with 5 towels, clean off the place that she was at, and we used to laugh at her because she was just germophobic, right?
yeah,
Well, that lady right now probably doesn't have corona because she's so safe and clean and washing her hands, washing down the equipment before and after she gets on. And now we all have to do that when we go back to the gym, as well as we might have to wear masks.
we might
We
have to
might,
wear gloves. Like
yeah,
that's crazy.
absolutely. So, you know, now that, you know, some people, you know, like when you go to the washroom, you're supposed to wash your hands. A lot of people don't. When you get off equipment, they leave it sweaty. They don't, you know, wipe everything down. So now everybody's going to have to be really, really conscious of it. So it was kind of a running joke, but right before the club closed and it was very minimal people in the club. Well, I was the one that's saying, you know, the people that were steady in the club that didn't leave were the cleanest people in the club. So if you got thousands of people walking around and they want the cleaning people to clean, you know, they have that attitude and I'm not going to clean, they decide to quit because if they have to rely on somebody else to clean because they're not going to clean, they're not coming to the
Wow,
club. So
wow.
all the people that was there are the cleanest people. They're wiping, they're getting the sanitation, they're spraying things down. They're doing
This
exactly
is
what they're supposed to
unbelievable.
do. Yep. So now I hopefully during their own houses, because when I go to the grocery store, the food is not gone, the cleaning aisle is gone. So everywhere you have Pine Sol and cleaning items, it's wiped out. You gotta wait till the shipment comes in and be there at 8 o'clock in the morning to get it before anybody else. But you still have chips on it on the stands. It's full. It's not, you know. So I'm looking at the grocery stores. I'm not seeing the candy aisles and the chips aisles wiped out. You know, the cookies and
Huh.
stuff are still there. I'm seeing cleaning items and things of, you know, keeping ourselves clean is being wiped out way more than, you know, the things that we think are junk food. So I don't think a lot of people are really going to be eating bad and gaining weight. They might gain 1 or 2 pounds because they're just not active. But I don't think anybody's going to gain 400 pounds. You know, they're not going to be that big coming out of it.
Ooh,
Yeah, because it's.
okay.
I think people are cooking more. They're with their
Yeah,
families. Your
I
dads are
see
not
it.
traveling anymore. He's home. People are barbecuing in their backyards every day. You
You
know,
sure?
it's yeah. So you're getting your regular food. So now you can actually cook because everybody's in the house. Everybody was gone. Your sons were gone. Your daughters were gone. Your husband's gone. So you didn't cook. So a
Yeah.
lot of times it wasn't being lazy. It's just the family unit is not the same as it used to be because we're off and running. But
Yeah.
now we're forced to be together. So now mom or dad or whoever it is cooking, and they're probably enjoying sitting down at the table like old school used to do and eat every day at 6 o'clock, you know, and
It's a
enjoy each
change.
other's company. What was that?
No, I think it's a change for sure, because I've shared with you that I don't like to cook.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about earlier. I don't like to cook. And so because Bernie, my husband, and I are home together, you know, his job has him, you know, everyone's home. We're all home.
Right.
So I cook. I try to cook. Yesterday I made spaghetti and meatballs. It was okay, but I keep trying. I feel like I'm obliged to like make this work. Like, but I want to make healthy things. And so that's where that food education part comes in for me, because if I'm going to do it, I want to, if I have to take the time to cook, I like to make things that are, you know, pretty.
So on the internet, you can easily Google a lot. You can easily Google healthy choices, and they come up with recipes all the time. And the way most modern kitchens are is that they have a little TV set sitting right by the refrigerator, and you can plug it into YouTube and watch those people cook, and you can actually cook along with them. Or if you're just a person that likes to read it out of a book, you can read it out of a book. And you know, your husband would be the test market to see how everything tastes. And generally,
all of my food.
Good. There you go. So you can do it, but you got to have the desire to want to cook, you know. And generally, if you're not rushing home and picking up the kids at school, doing homework, it's a little tough to cook at that time and not be, you know, tired. Right now, if you've been sitting at home all day, you should be coming up with the most fabulous meals possible. At least once a week.
Okay. So it is, to go back to what we said earlier, it is a mind shift.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, the good things that people should talk about, the good things of coronavirus is putting the families, the unit together. It's getting people to cook more. It's getting people to appreciate the old ways of doing things, because we're so out there doing things out in the open where we're never at home. You know, your daughters are always off and running, trying to chase down the jobs and doing things, getting their hair done. And now, and there's no reason to get your hair done. It's no reason.
There is.
It's no reason to get your nails done, because if you don't have the money, you can't do it. If you're not socializing, it really ain't that important. So now you're actually joking around with your family, playing crossword puzzles, you know, video games, whatever it is you're doing. You know, you don't have baseball games that the husband's stuck at TV watching anymore. So the husband's got to be participating with the family. You're having conversations. You're having arguments. You're having, you know, things that are very healthy for you. You know, and you're probably reading more, like Googling things like what are healthy choices to eat and what exercises can I do? You know, so some people are real innovative where they don't want to talk to a trainer, but they can Google something and figure it out, you know, and if they need help, that's when they call to a trainer. So your venue right now is exposing me as a trainer and letting people know they have access to me to ask those questions, because if you're at a standstill and you really need a formal educated person to tell you the right way to do it, it's almost better to evaluate before you start doing it. So don't just read something and just jump right in and find out it's really bad. Find out the do's and don'ts. And if I got a simpler way of doing it, I'm gonna show you the simpler way, because I want you to keep doing it. If it's really hard, then you'll do it for a week, but then you're gonna cut it off. So I'd rather for you to learn the most simplest way to do it, so that it builds. Okay, then you come back and say, John, I want something harder. I'm through that workout. It's too easy. And then you build it up and build it up, you know, especially if you start seeing the results. So if you're doing something very minimal, like my training is with light dumbbells and bands, really not heavy. And if you came from that heavy environment where that was the only way that you got results, because I had a lot of women at the club lifting barbells, doing powerlifting training, and they were getting tremendous results lifting that heavy weight. But right now, nobody has that weight at home. And right now, I got some of those ladies in my class doing 5, 10, 8-pound dumbbells, and it's kicking their butt. They cannot believe how strenuous body weight training is with light dumbbells, and they're getting the same results. They're still burning the legs. They're still burning the core. They're still sweating, and they still have to take a breath and walk around and loosen up their body. And they didn't just lift 400 pounds.
So let me ask you, so if someone were going to train with you virtually, what are the few things that they need to have? Mat, water, towel. That's what you told me. But what else do they need to have?
Light dumbbells. Everybody usually has a light dumbbell of some kind, from 3 to 10 pounds. Rubber bands of any color. A mat. So basically, if you're in your bedroom, which is not a big place to work out, we work on a mat. So basically, you don't have to go wider than that mat if that's all you got. You got a big family, you don't have no space because everybody's at home.
Yep.
So you really don't have a space. Your bedroom is still good. You don't need to have a family room or basement available if you do have a big family in there, every part of the room.
Okay.
Each month the training gets different. So we do a Monday upper body, Wednesday lower body, and Thursday total body. And it switches every month. So we do every Monday the same, every Wednesday the same, and every Thursday. So it starts really bad because you start a new exercise and it's not perfect. But by the fourth time you did it through the month, you'll be so proficient at it that you're going through the reps so fast and having time over to do abs and stretch and things like that.
Okay.
But then the first Monday of the month comes around and we change everything around. So everything starts over at square one.
Wow. Awesome. So how can the people that are tuning in now and hopefully, a little bit later, how can they get in touch with you to do even just a consultation, just to have that initial conversation of where they are?
My telephone number is 708-612-3124. My email is John Clark, JOHNCLARK 3124 @gmail.com. You can contact me on either one of those, and then I'll tell you step by step how we do it. So I have WhatsApp. So if you want to do virtual, where you like online right now, where I can see you, we can do WhatsApp, where I can send videos, because I have videos of thousands of different workouts that I can send you. So I can write the workout down, but a lot of times people can't decipher what I mean when I tell them how to do it. They still get lost, and then that's another way of quitting, because they got the workout written down, but they don't know what I'm trying to convey. So I took videos of all my clients doing these exercises, and I write it down exactly the same way, where you're doing a bicep curl and that person's doing a bicep curl. And then I got a caption underneath of how many reps and sets. So I can give you a bulk of upper body exercises, legs, and total body. And you got a regimen, and you can pay a little bit less fee, because it's just virtual. It's just videos. It's easy to electronically send it out for a small fee, and you get to have the video and play it in front of you and do exactly what you need to do
wherever you go. Yeah.
So the first thing you need to do is take a video or a picture of your workout area, so I can see exactly what you got, and then I can incorporate that into a workout. If it doesn't matter how expensive or little or big you got everything, just show me what you got, and I'll give you workouts specifically for that. So if you got the big, huge gyms in the basement, I can give you those big, huge workouts. If you just have a mat, a dumbbell, and bands, I can give you those workouts. If you want just mat Pilates or some kind of mat workout, I can give you those as well. If you come from yoga, Pilates, I do all those things. So I can give you those workouts. And those workouts are just as tough, because you went through Pilates last Saturday and it was unusually different, right?
It was something, but I got through it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I did. And I'm looking forward to the next one. I just had a thought. I think maybe it would be cool to, when I'm doing one of my sessions, maybe, just kind of show the group, just what a session could look like. Just, I don't know, I have to think about if I'm that brave. Let me think on it.
You talking about tomorrow? Well, if you don't mind it, all you got to do is have them text me, and I can give you the link on your email, and you can join in at 8 o'clock tomorrow with Alicia. And you'll be in your bedroom. You'll be in your own space. She'll be in her own space, and we can work out together and try it out. So we'll be doing Pilates. So my number again is 708-612-3124, and then I can send you the links in whatever direction you want to go. So if you want to do it privately in your own house, I can do that as well. If you want to do it with a group, I can definitely do that. And I can give you visual stuff on videos. So if you just want to do it yourself and you're really self-reliant and you're really dedicated, you just need the info, I can give you that as well.
Okay. John, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking me on, because I'm going to be semi-difficult, but not really.
So you're doing fine. You don't understand. When I do this for a living, I got some tough people. So you're a piece of cake. I got some tough people. That's why they get the big trainer, because they know that they're so tough in every part of their life that I have to be the boss in this workout, but you're not even close to that. You're totally awesome.
No, and
Yeah.
let me end it by saying one of the things that instantly I knew that I loved and I was excited to really work out with you. We had the first time a long time ago that, I didn't finish the training. But now it's because, one, you are super nice, but you are strict, and not in a mean way, but just you don't have time. You are no nonsense in the best way, and I appreciate that, because it's great to have someone that won't let you off the hook, because I am like this.
Right.
So,
that's perfect. That's what I get paid the big bucks for.
Yeah.
All right.
So, okay. Well, I'll see you in the morning.
All right. I'll see you at 8. And everybody have a nice evening and get through this whole Corona thing.
We'll definitely do that. And you guys be safe. All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any additional questions for me, you can definitely inbox me or email me at info@theurbankey.com. And I guess I'll see you guys in the morning if you're interested in working out. All right. Bye.